Have you ever been waiting on the side of one of York's arterial roads for a bus that almost seems like it'll never come? Well, you wouldn't be alone. Across York region, several routes either have commuter-focused hours or long wait times. For example, up to 40 minutes for a bus. You wouldn't wait 40 minutes for a bus, would you? So you may be wondering to yourself now, well, why is service this bad? Why can't we do better? And the fact is that we can do better. And today, I'll show you that by comparing us to similarly sized cities, such as Brampton and Mississauga, and showing the data on what commuters do when they travel and their travel patterns. My name is Blair, and today I'll be telling you why York and Go Transit should be doing better for the transit riders of York region. Let's start by introducing YRT and its ridership numbers. York Region, with a total population of about 1.2 million people, and YRT, its transit agency, had an average weekday ridership of 8,140 passengers. Mississauga, meanwhile, with a population of roughly 720,000 in the last census in 2021, had an average weekday ridership of 16,700 passengers. OC Transpo in Ottawa, a transit service that serves a population of 1.15 million people, had ridership numbers of 126,903,000 people through December of 2025, while York Region Transit only served 24,342,000, an over 100 million passenger difference. The root of this issue can be seen in the scheduling of these routes between the two municipalities, such as MyWay's equivalent to the local bus route to Montyoung, which is Route 2 here in Ontario. This route has buses along it every 12 to 20 minutes depending on the date and time of day. 98 Yonge, meanwhile, has buses along it every 15 to 40 minutes, with the off-peak hours only having 30 to 40 minute service. This just goes to show that the amount of time someone needs to wait for transit can affect ridership, for good or for bad, depending on how long that wait time is. Here I am at Newmarket Go, where as you can see, the wait times for each train are approximately 3 hours. These trains also short-stopped at Downsview Park due to construction this weekend. While on the topic of high-class, expensive transit terminals, we can talk about the one right behind me, Vaughan Metropolitan Center, a major interchange of 4 YRT routes, Brampton 501 Queen 2, and the TTC's Line 1, as well as Viva Orange on Highway 7. Despite the size of Vaughan Metropolitan Center, only 4 routes service it, and 2 of those are rush hour only. As you can see by the crowds, or lack of crowds, at Vaughan Metropolitan Center, you can see what these headways do to a transit system. Even bigger gap can be seen between Brampton Transit's Zoom and YRT's Viva system. These systems have a massive gap in service, with Zoom 501 running on Highway 7 having 5 to 10 minute service during rush hour, while Viva's Orange only has 20 to 25 minute service. The ridership numbers show this exactly. Through December of 2025, Brampton Transit, an agency servicing approximately 790,000 people, had a passenger total of around 38 million, while York had a total of approximately 24 million passengers in that same time span. It's clear that it is possible for a municipality of our size to have good transit. We just need to know where to put the money we create for transit. As shown in a study done by students at the University of Toronto, most commuters who commute between 2 suburbs, such as a trip between Newmarket and Mississauga, often drive between their starting point and destination. This is because suburb-to-suburb travel, especially for York Region, doesn't often have good service, and several GO and YRT transit lines are rush hour only. It's clear that people in the suburbs enjoy using transit to get around, and they often do when it comes to going downtown. But nobody takes it between suburbs because of the inconsistent and commuter-focused hours that turn everyone else away from using the bus. And sure, the Viva stations and bus terminals look good, but when you have to wait 20 to 50 minutes at one of those terminals if you miss a bus, it's not nearly as attractive of an amenity. This is a major way York and Metrolinx can improve by increasing service along all of its routes, which thankfully Metrolinx is already doing, but that still leaves York to do their part of the service improvements. I would now like to cover the trip it took between Newmarket and Vaughan and Toronto and Newmarket. The trip to Vaughan mainly consisted of the Barrie line and took 2 hours, while the trip from Eglinton Station took 3 hours due to me missing my train at Downsview Go and having to take the 320 Jane to Vaughan Mills Terminal to catch a lift from Vaughan Mills to Rutherford to catch the Berry Line train to get the Viva back to Newmarket Terminal. This just proves my point, as if the Berry Line wasn't an hourly service, I wouldn't have had to wait in Toronto for this long. And if it had more frequent service up to Bradford, I wouldn't have had to stop in Aurora to catch the Viva. Instead, I could have just went to Newmarket. Why I believe that York Region and Metrolink should be doing much better for the transit riders of York. The fact that I was practically stranded in Vaughan for an hour just to catch the train to Aurora, which didn't even take me to my final destination, proves my point. Hello everybody, I'd like to thank you all for watching my video today. And if you agree with my point, there's plenty that can be done. Metrolinx is already improving service up to Barrie with hourly service up there. And all we have to do is email York Region and our MPPs and demand better service for the residents. Bye.